What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK back with another video. Today we're going to talk about Luka Doncic, his last 5 games. We're going to break down stats over his last 5, and you're going to find a lot of this stuff very, 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 very interesting. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and let's get this all started. It's your boy TGK. Again, if y'all don't mind subscribing, consider becoming a member and leave a like on the video because it goes a long way. I am just, a YouTuber that's trying to grow. And, likes are a YouTube channel's currency. So likes, comments, all that stuff. Let me know your thoughts, all that good stuff, man. Anyway, Luka's last 6 games, right? That is the subject today. And I want to break that down with y'all. And I want to go into these few items that I pulled out of the hat. Like, these are some great stats to talk about. Salute to Sylvester over here. He's having a great time. Ain't that right? Yeah, that's right. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is Luka's. And sorry that I'm cut off the video, but I want y'all to really see these stats, okay? So here's Luka's stats over the last 5 games. I'm sorry, 5 games. If I said 6, I meant 5. So the last 5 games played, he is averaging 33.2 points per game, shooting 42.4% from the field and 41.1% from 3. He is also shooting 86% from the free throw line, averaging 9.8 rebounds and 7.6 assists. Fortunately, he's averaging 5 turnovers, 2.2 steals, not even close to a block. And what does the FP stand for? What does FP stand for? Fantasy point. Man, we don't give a crap about no fantasy points. So basically, over the last 5 games, Luka has played like the Luka we know him to be. Obviously, he had a big game against Milwaukee, right, Sylvester? And he's been playing like Luka Doncic, like the Luka we know. So that's why I said early on, y'all could go back and verify. I always said, give Luka time, do not panic, and he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. And what's up, buddy? And so, see, Sylvester even confirming that Luka's gonna be fine. So yeah, early on, a lot of people were panicking and whatnot. Where's your toy at? A lot of people were panicking because of how poorly he was shooting or how he looked. I was like, bro, give it time, man. Give it time. If you're a hooper, you know how this stuff goes, right? So we're going to now transition to the next set of stats here. These stats right here are the advanced metrics over that same time frame. And this is solely just for the Lakers. As you can see here, the offensive rating for Luka Doncic is 112 and his defensive rating is 111. The net rating is about even, but you can see that the defense isn't as bad as people like to point it out to be. And the offense could be a little bit better, but, he's getting there. He's getting there. As far as the pace, he has a good pace. Usage rate, 36.8% usage. True shooting, he's averaging 59% there. So, again, these numbers are telling a story that there's some consistency with him moving forward. And the fact, if this is like his floor right here, imagine what his ceiling could be. So now let's move forward to the next set of stats here. These are the lineups that include Luka in all of them. And these are over the same time frame as well. The starting lineup with LeBron, Dorian, not starting lineup, I'm sorry. I think this was a starting lineup that one day. LeBron, Dorian, Luka, Hayes, and Reeves. They had an offensive rating of 134, defensive rating of 103, and a net rating of plus 31. However, the lineup of LeBron, Dorian, Vanderbilt, Doncic, and Reeves was a minus 16. And they tried this lineup in 2 games, and they didn't pan out too well. However, the lineup with Len, Finney-Smith, Doncic, Vincent, and Reeves. With Len, we're talking about a lineup with Len in it. And they had an offensive rating of 117 and a defensive rating of 114 for a plus 3. So not too terrible. And definitely a faster pace of 103 for sure. The next lineup, as you can tell over the next 2 lineups, they're both in the negatives. And then the final lineup with at least 10 minutes. I'm only going to review the 10-minute ones. Dorian, Luka, Vincent, Hayes, and Reeves, a 140 offensive rating and a 100 defensive rating, a plus net rating of 40.9. So there's one lineup there that you can look to and be like, damn, that's a pretty damn good lineup right there, right? Like, you could look at that and say, hey, that's not a bad lineup. And honestly, when it comes to Luka Doncic, you just need to pair him with an athletic big and shooters and defense around him, and they're going to be successful, as you saw what he did against the Phoenix Suns. And I understand they are the Phoenix Suns, but you know, to dominate an NBA team says a lot regardless. Let's get to the next set of stats here, ladies and gentlemen. This next one is about Luka's scoring, okay? How is Luka getting his points? So if you see here, percent of field goals attempted for 2-pointers, look at his percentage for 2-pointers. It's at 52.5. So this is all of his shots, like his shot distribution. I know y'all saw the video I did a while back where he wasn't taking it to the rim much or shooting closer shots. This is going to break this down a little bit in more detail. So 52.5% of his shot distribution is coming from the 2-point range. 47.5% is coming from 3. So that kind of lets you know it's a little 50-50. That's not bad. As far as his points, for his total points that he's getting, 32% of them are coming from 2s. Now this right here, percent of points mid-range. So his mid-range points that he's totaling, he's a percentage-wise, 4.8% of his shots and points are coming from the mid-range. So he's really just attacking the basket or shooting a 3. And then 41.6% of his points are coming from the 3-point range. Another unique stat that I like over here is percent of field goals made unassisted. Literally, all of Luka's points, 70%, are scored by himself. He is not asking for any help. He's unassisted on the majority of his stuff here, as you can see here as well. On his 2-pointers, 85% of them are unassisted. On his 3-pointers, it looks like they're finding them wide open because they're at 52% of it. And yeah, what's this right here? Points in the paint. 27.7% of his points are coming from the paint. That is good to see. That's good to see because that means he's getting in the paint, yo. What's this? Points off turnovers, 16.9. Okay. His free throws, look at that. 25% of his points are coming from free throws. You cannot be mad at that. And then fast break points, 9.6 are coming from that. So as far as Luka Doncic numbers, as far as the score numbers are concerned, they're a lot more encouraging. Obviously, when you get to the basket, when you get to the paint, when you're able to get fouled and get free throws, that means you're attacking a lot more. And there's no injuries hobbling him, slowing him down. Obviously, he might still have an injury here and there, but it's manageable and he's able to do more things with it. So happy to see that, man. I really am encouraged to see that. And if you're a Lakers fan, you should definitely be encouraged about what you're bound to see in the next couple of days, weeks, and months up ahead. And for the Luka fans, same thing to you. And for the former Maverick fans that are converted to following Luka, same thing for us. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue these stats. I am not done. I am not done, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is Luka's numbers when he's in isolation defensively, okay? So for Dallas, we're going to omit those numbers. For LA, he is in isolation in 3 possessions per game. It's probably more, but 3 is a high number for this category for sure. He's giving up 0.83 points per game, per possession, which is not horrible, right? And as far as his defense in isolation, he's in the top 64 percentile over there in that far right number. That far right number over here, 64 percentile. 64 percentile is very good in the NBA. It's above average, way above average. It is not as bad as they make it seem. It's not like the blow by percentage that they talk about, which they haven't talked about, oddly enough, right? Has anybody ever mentioned the blown by percentage for anybody else? No. And that's what upsets Sylvester all the time. Right, Sylvester? That pisses you off. Pisses me off too. But 64% in isolation defensively is really good considering all the slander Luka gets. So, and it'll get better over time. It'll get better over time. That stat is covering all 14 games. I wish I could find something that would say over the last, 6 or something like that. But unfortunately, I can't do that. Let me see. Could I? No, I can't. I can't change it. I can't. It don't let me. It's kind of stupid, right? kind of stupid. All right, let's go into the last set of statistics that we got here. Okay, now this one I found really, really unique. This one is about a player's usage. Okay. Now, why is Luka ranked top right here, right? So a minimum of 195 minutes over the last 6 games. And again, Luka only played 5 out of the last 6, right? So I had to find a way to get Luka in this metric. He's at least played 197 minutes in the last 5 games he's been a part of. He has a usage rate of 36.8%. But the more surprising thing for me is that Luka is responsible for 37.3% of his team's points. He is responsible for 37.3% of it. Now, why is that significant, right? Why does that matter? Look below, you got Paolo Banchero, Miles Bridges, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Cade Cunningham, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Jokic. Man, where the hell is Shai Gilgeous? You would have thought Shai Gilgeous would have been in here, right? But he's not. Where is Shai? As a matter of fact, where is Shai? That is interesting. Maybe he doesn't have enough minutes. But keep that number in mind for Luka. 37.3%. Let's go this. Oh, look, never mind. I was talking crap and I know what I was talking about. Look at Shai Gilgeous over his last 5 games. He is responsible for 39.2% of his team's points. So that's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. All right, so maybe if I were to change this up to minutes, and then we'll go with, let's go with 170. Okay. All right. Now this is better now. This is better. But as you can see, Luka had more minutes, so I was just kind of leaning on who had the most minutes. So over the last 5 games, Shai Gilgeous and Ja Morant are the only ones ahead of Luka as far as, you know, points they're responsible for their team. So why does this matter to me, right? Well, let me tell you. The fact that Luka is at that point where he is almost at 40%, you know, responsibility for percentage of points for his team, just says that he is able to do a lot more than he has been capable of doing when he first started playing for the Lakers. As you saw how good he was, people were questioning whether he was ready to go, whether he was in shape. Clearly, he is getting into rare form, and he's gearing up for that playoff push, man. Again, what you're seeing right now is really Luka knocking off all the rust, and he's shooting really great from 3 over the last 5 games. But those percentages and everything that I've shown you so far, a lot of it is a positive for Luka Doncic moving forward. And I just can't wait to see him continuing to get better, build more chemistry with his team, and continue to put the NBA on notice that he is a top 3 player in the NBA and probably the top 1 in a lot of our eyes. Yeah, man, let me know what you think of all those stats. Please let me know your thoughts, man. I need your comments. I need your feedback. Let me know what you want me to cover here. Let me know what you want me to talk about here. Again, I do reaction videos. I could do analytic videos. I could do whatever you want me to do here, man. Y'all let me know. Appreciate y'all being here so much. Like, subscribe, consider becoming a member, and we are out, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.